welcome ladies and gentlemen. So you're a big fan of Gwent from The Witcher 3. You finally got into the closed beta, or maybe this is even already out of beta and you're watching this back. You want to get started as soon as you can. So we obviously go to the Northern Realms because that's the same deck we start off with in the Witcher 3 in the Gwent kind of side game, mini game thing. So let's do the same and start with the Northern Realms. First thing you should remember, ladies and gentlemen, is that the faction ability is now completely different to how it was in the minigame. Before, it was every round one, you draw a card. Not a bad effect at all, but they had to kind of rebalance this for the game because it was so good. And now it's instead add 2 strength to every gold unit which appears on your side. Further down the line, I'll maybe give some tips and kind of and that people know what that means. But essentially, all that means is that cards are now split into 3 categories: bronze, silver, and gold. Gold cards generally mean that they cannot be affected by other special cards. For example, Alzur's Thunder, which normally should be able to remove 7 strength from a unit, well, from a non-gold unit. And that basically carries on with this theme. So gold cards are generally tend to be quite invulnerable and quite untouchable. Gold cards also tend to be quite rare. So as it stands, Northern Realms is actually quite annoying to start off with in terms of their faction ability not actually being very relevant. It's not a huge deal. Faction abilities don't tend to be game breaking unless you're monsters. But Northern Realms certainly has gotten the short end of the stick, what with their previous ability of drawing a card every time they won a round. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. We have right here in front of us the poor Scrappy Infantry deck, which is basically only going to cost everyone about 14,000 scraps. 1400 scraps, rather. Minus, obviously, all the cards that you're kind of given at the beginning of the game. So, for example, Commander's Horn, Alzur's Thunder, First Light, Scorch, Swallow, Thunderbolt, and the majority of these cards are actually already given to you at the beginning of the game. So, for example, we already have a Geralt and a Prize-Winning Cow, both of which are epic rarity cards. Should be quite difficult to get, but obviously we can start off with them. So that's why we're going to go ahead and include that into the deck list. The general idea of this deck is, well, you can see you have multiple copies of a lot of your cards. And that synergizes incredibly well with Thunderbolt, which adds 4 strength to every instance of a non-gold card on your side. So, for example, you buff 1 Dun Banner Light Cavalry, you buff all the light cavalry on your side of the field. Very strong effect, particularly powerful with the Foltest's Leader ability, which allows you to create an exact copy of a bronze unit on your side of the field. You'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, that we for the majority of the cards, have only bronze units, which means that the Leader ability can, at a pinch, be played on any card. Obviously, you want to maybe play Swallow on a card, giving it 8 strength and then creating a copy of it. But the meat and potatoes of it is you want to use your poor, used to be fucking infantry, which when played will automatically play a copy of itself. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of cards, certainly not cheap cards, that allow you to buff cards in your hand yet. So as it is, poor infantry aren't particularly powerful. They could become, but further down the road, you never know, they could get a lot more synergy. But as it stands, it's very simple. You play your poor infantry, you buff them with a Thunderbolt potions. You could, in total, have 6 poor infantry plus a 7th with your Foltest. Fire your Thunderbolt potion, win round 2 and potentially round 3, and you're good. So your general round 2, which will be your main big play plan, is to play as many poor infantries as you can as possible, and you hit them all with your Thunderbolt. Maybe even 2 Thunderbolts, maybe even a Commander's Horn. You get the gist. Reaver Scout is also incredibly powerful and incredibly important in this deck. With it, you can play another copy of your Poor Infantry directly from your deck, meaning that you're going to be filling your deck, it's going to be a lot easier to pull that combo out of your deck, and you're just going to get a lot more value. Also important to note is that because we have free copies of most of our cards, this can at a pinch be also played on the Redanian Knights or the Dun Banner Light Cavalry. Another important card here is that I just realized I actually haven't put into the deck yet, is Promote. We probably can actually get rid of the Sergeant for that. Now Promote will create all instances of a card to gold, and as we mentioned before, that means that they can't be messed around with, they can't be removed or weakened or anything like that, or certainly removes the likelihood of them being removed or weakened. These gold cards, as we should all remember, they are also immune to weather effects, which at the moment in this current meta, incredibly prevalent. And don't forget, we also have obviously the Northern Realm faction ability of buffing all gold cards by 2. So actually you're going to be buffing all of your units by giving 2 strength. Not massive, but it certainly helps. So without further ado, let's quickly give this a quick go.
Crush those vermin! Close ranks!
Okay, so first you need to know your kind of what to keep in your hand. At the moment, this isn't bad at all, actually. But we could probably try and fish for a thunderbolt potion. So we're going to drop our light cavalry. There we got 1 per infantry. And we'll drop, let's say, let's drop the swallow. Another Poor Infantry. And we'll drop the 2nd cavalry. Okay. So at the moment we already have a good combo because we have 2 Poor Infantries. We can summon the 3rd from our deck with a Reaver Scout.
To arms!
So we're a good start. One thing we're going to start off with is the prize money cow. You're going to see this a lot when you kind of start off playing the game.
Aye, aye, sir.
It's tempting to Alzur's Thunder one of them before he wants to promote potentially his units. We do have a promo in our hand right now, so it wouldn't be bad to maybe go for it, our main combo this turn. Especially since we could draw a few Poor Infantry. Well, mind you, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because then we can, like I said, because this is so flexible, we can use a Reaver Scout rather, just to hit the Radiant Knight. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to play Rally on first light. Because I know that this is a enemy Northern Realms deck, we most likely won't be playing with weather effects. Generally because weather tends to really bite yourself on the knee when you're playing as Northern Realms. So I'm quite confident that he won't be using them, and we can safely use First Light without the weather moving side of it.
Bloody non-humans.
I'm already thinking that we're probably going to lose this round, and the most important thing you can do, ladies and gentlemen, in Gwent is know when to fold them. Because I know when I can hold them. And I'm not particularly invested in winning this round. We're just going to pass, actually. We've got a really strong combo coming up soon anyway, because we'll have the 3 Poor Infantries, which we can all promote. So that's going to be pretty good. And we have the chart to start round 2 as well. Now, this isn't the end of the world that we have all 3 Poor Infantry in our hand, because it does mean that we can just save the Reaver Scout for the Redanian Knight. He's a commando. I don't think he has any more blue stripes in his deck. Oh, I could be wrong. So we'll see. Luckily, with the short from the prize-winning cow, we already have advantage, so we can probably afford to play the Infantry now.
Hungry like a wolf, I am.
So we're gonna try and save the Commander's Horn for our third round, so that we can have the 3 Redanian Knights, summon the third with our Reaver Scout, Commander's Horn just to finish off, and that should be enough.
Hungry like a wolf, I am.
I'm a little worried I might be getting too invested now, because he could play Lacerate. Yeah, there it is. That's not the end of the world, though, honestly. We have a third. You're going to play the Great Gwent Grind support, promote them. A lot of removal. We'll play the siege support in the siege row, because he's least likely to have torrential rain. Important thing to note, ladies and gentlemen, when you're playing against enemy Northern Realms, you want to try and weaken their strongest units as quick as possible because of Foltest's copy ability. So that's what we're going to do.
Long live, etc., etc.
Unfortunately, we can't lose this round, so we're going to have to go all in. Instead, what we're going to do actually is play the Reaver Scout onto the siege support.
What do you want?
That way, we're actually gaining 8 strength there. Okay, and he's conceded. Oh, connection was lost, and they were forced to forfeit. How unfortunate. Perhaps they rage quit. How unfortunately, because they disconnected, we didn't get a good game bonus, but let's just try and give you another example.
Any last words?
Crush those vermin!
Alright, so we're probably going to lose this game. So this is what we're having to deal with at the moment with this current meta. And that is the dreaded weather monster deck. So we're definitely going to have to keep the first light, just to keep away from those shenanigans. Probably get rid of 1 siege support. We don't need that many. Geralt's a really good pick here. So is prize-winning cow. I think this is as good as it's going to get. We don't have our main combo, but that's fine. We don't have to win with core infantry. It'd be nice, but we don't have to. Especially if you don't have any. I don't have any of the combo pieces apart from Reaver Scouts. Okay, so we have Scorch in hand. I'm gonna hope that he's going to try and play a couple more 7s. Although I'm tempted to just Scorch now. So I'm gonna play prize-winning cow. It's going to telegraph quite obviously that I'm not intending to win this round, so he probably won't want to invest too much here. Unless he doesn't get the read. Ooh. Destroy 3 long remove. Oh my god. That's strong. I've not seen that combo yet. I'm just gonna end here. This round has been lost. It lost a while ago. But we still have card advantage. He probably had more combo to go with this. I'm not sure if he did. So he's gonna start off with an 11 strength ghoul next turn because of the monster faction ability of keeping a random non-gold unit on your side of the field into the next round. Well, luckily that the dreaded sandworm is going straight to the graveyard. But do not lose hope, ladies and gentlemen. We are still very much in this. Next turn we'll probably just play Geralt, just to stay safe. Oh yes, we use Geralt as well himself. Unfortunately, we don't have any promote or any of the like. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play one first light. We're going to play a rally and see if that changes our tactic here. So he's now put my prize-winning cow into his graveyard. Luckily, there weren't that many targets for him. Just thunder it. It's a lot more likely that he'll play a couple more 6 strength units, meaning that Scorch can get a bit more extra value. But having said that, unfortunately I have blocked myself. I have blocked myself with the Chorts and the light cavalry. I think his 2 support is enough.
Trouble approaches. You one of us or not?
Huh, maybe Scorch would have gotten a lot of value. It's probably worth
broke as shit peddlers.
playing another siege
What
support.
do you want?
Hopefully he doesn't have Scorch or anything to remove our Chort. That's very much the general tactic that Northern Realms tend to lend themselves towards, which is buffing your own units and copying them. Alright, let's rally again. There's our poor infantry.
Let's get this over with.
Okay, we're in it for one more round. We shouldn't copy yet. We want to save that for next round. It's actually much more... We can just about win with just playing the Dunbon or light cavalry. This brings us up to 62. We lose a little bit of card advantage, but not huge. Still have the upper hand. Luckily. That was looking rough. That was looking real rough. Oof. Unfortunate. But we do have Scorch in hand already to get rid of the 10. So we're going to start off with Dunbarner. The important thing is that we pay Commander's Horn and then we use our faction ability. We've most likely lost this. Not impossible to bring back there. Actually, it doesn't make a difference if you Commander's Horn and then use full test. But we do need to play Scorch soon.
Best give up now!
Ooh, to move to his graveyard. Probably most likely if you like cavalry, right? Then he's just going to eat it.
Onward! Attack!
Oh no. You can revive a gold unit?
Let's get this over with.
Resurrect a gold unit. Jesus. Another 24. Ooh, we might win. I thought we won just because we have card advantage. Yep, we did. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Even a level 7 player can defeat a level 26 one. And important lessons there learned as well are when to fold, because it was really obvious when we had to pass, and what to plan for your upcoming rounds as well, what game plans you're going to be having. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe, like, or leave a comment. I will be checking it. I'll be responding to everyone as much as possible. And, yeah, if you want to check out some more deck guides, I will be releasing a couple more beginner's guides in the upcoming weeks. After that, we'll be streaming once I come back in February. Some games live. And hopefully you can all join me then. Thank you for watching, guys, and good luck out there.